Morgan Stanley predicted that 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030. One of the reasons is because the number of prime working age women in the US has been increasing steadily, and most of these women are single and completely focused on their career. That single childless women very generally tend to be much more unhappy, much unhealthier, especially mentally, much lonelier and much less fulfilled than women who have a husband and children. This is just statistically true. This has been proven through many different types of studies and research. But this is bigger than a woman's happiness. This is about the bedrock of any healthy society. What is the bedrock of any healthy society? It's not money. It's not buying things. It's not consumerism. It's the family. It's the family unit. It's always been that way.
8 out of 10 women who are childless didn't intend to be childless. It's called involuntary childlessness. Around about 10% of women are physically incapable of having kids for a variety of reasons. 10% said that they actually didn't intend to have children, and that leaves a whopping 4 out of 5 who didn't have children due to life circumstances. That's the most common reason for it, and the most common life circumstance is leaving it too late to find a partner and then have kids. You break through that fertility window on the other side. These women who get into their 40s, who always intended to have a family, who realize that they now can't, they go to support groups, and these women are grieving for families that they never had, which is just brutal. Like, to think that you can grieve for something that didn't occur.
I just want 10K for myself, but pay my rent, pay my bills, and I'll handle with the money you give me. I'm gonna go to school and make sure everything's straight. Support my kids. I got 2 kids, but I do got my own motion.
Hold on, I got a question for you. So if you used to see him, say he had a shorty, right? If you used to see him with his shorty in the store, you gonna walk up to him and say what's up, or you gonna just slide like we just tricking?
I just came to shop. I don't know who he is.
See? Still 4 games that shit.
One thing about me is I'm gonna keep it P.
Ooh, keep it P. All right,
Okay,
we can drop that 10 to like some 8. No, so we talking a little better now.
Are greed, fear, and greed.
Shave.
I genuinely need the universe to explain. I'm over here ready to be wifed. I'm ready to fall so in love. Like, I'm ready to give someone serious babies. I'm 31 today, and no one is sitting across the table from me at dinner and holding my hand or telling me how beautiful I look, or coming home and doing whatever it is that people do. It's unfair. It's ridiculous.
Sometimes you find 3 clips and they perfectly represent the life cycle of the modern feminist from start to finish. Asking for more, throwing a tantrum, and then hitting that wall with the ton of bricks that comes with it, not realizing how it all went so wrong. Currently, we're seeing a lot of women in that second phase of the process. Alone, outraged, crying on social media in front of millions of people, and making their lives harder in an act for rebellion toward a fictional force. In other words, these days, women are constantly attacking themselves to attack men. Doesn't make any sense? Will anything come from it? The answer to both questions is no.
Is a man less of a man if he can't change a flat tire?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is a woman less of a woman if she can't cook a meal from scratch?
If y'all wanted to, how many buys do you think you could get in a day?
As much as I wanted.
As much as you want? Like, let's say you wanted to. You get like 3?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
You confident in that?
Yes.
Would you be down to test it? Ask a guy, like, hey, would you hook up, see if he say yes?
Yeah.
Let's see.
100. Yeah.
Hey.
You go at, bro. Stop. You're gonna be so dirty right now.
Ask him.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Paisley. Nice
I'm Colin.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. If she asked you to hook up, would you say yes? No.
That's my dog.
No? No. Okay.
I mean, I have confidence, but I respect your response.
Okay. What would you rate her? Can I get a spin? Can I get a spin? You know, little booties matter, you know? I'll give you like a 7. 7? Yeah, a 7. Yeah.
I'm more. What's a 10? What's a 10?
I say perfect. I don't think nobody's perfect.
Rate yourself.
I give myself 7 or 6.5 on a good day. I'm a humble guy, you know? Not crazy.
Factuals.
Like, do you think that 7 was fair?
No, I know. I think she's 10.
10?
Yeah.
delusional.
My guy is looking a bit strange, but the statement still stands. Women, even before making ridiculous public statements, are constantly damaging their present and future, whether it be for immediate gratification or to retaliate. What makes this both sad and funny at the same time is that men don't really care either way. The women who are making fools out of themselves aren't remotely prized, and most men who hold value aren't within 10 miles of these nuclear meltdowns we see on the blue-haired side of the internet. Western men are either too busy working real jobs, or they're somewhere else in the world finding traditional alternatives that are more than happy to uphold the feminine end of the bargain. Regardless, the stories keep on pouring out on all sides. And according to this story, women are tying their tubes because Trump won. Well, things are going to get far, far crazier in the coming months. A new trend is sweeping the nation's wombs. Having not gotten their fix at the ballot box, young women of the left are getting fixed. As one anonymous woman from Washington recently told Newsweek, "I feel like the election tied my hands and forced me to be sterilized. That'll show 'em."
Sure, whatever.
Citing fears about eating bans and rollbacks of reproductive rights, young women are subjecting themselves to irreversible and invasive procedures to tie themselves up. As a 24-year-old, I find this to be absolute insanity. Getting tied up over politics, and before Donald Trump is even in office, is not just an overreaction, it's living your life like Chicken Little, afraid of the sky falling. Trump has already said he will not sign a national eating ban.
But we need a translator.
These women are living in fear of a threat that doesn't even exist. Or perhaps it's clout. Nothing says ultra-resistance like pledging fealty to the cause by sacrificing your fertility. Several women who spoke to Newsweek claimed they had no choice but to take this severe route. One anonymous woman claimed she felt forced into surgery. Another, from Florida, said Trump's election was a call to action and described pregnancy as worse than death. Understatement is not her strong suit. Young women today have the privilege of enjoying more birth control options than any generation in human history. Many have a 99% efficacy rate. Why not other methods, which you can now buy over the counter? Yes, even in Florida, without even getting a doctor's prescription. Handy online services will also deliver them straight to your door. All right, the writer in this New York Post article is Ricky Schlott. And I gotta say, man, you're giving these people way too much credit. They don't read anything given to them, except for the headlines that they parrot on Reddit while men are at work. Putting the ethics of the last statement Ricky made here aside, all of this simply means that modern women have been living in a state of delusion for so long that they don't even have the slightest grip on reality. Most of the chicks resorting to these extremes live in US states and other Western countries that have done absolutely nothing to eliminate these policies. It's just a projection. And let's be clear, pushing back on these policies everywhere in the world wouldn't be such a bad thing. It's why we have to sit and watch conversations like this.
Can you escape your past? Can wholeness really be deleted? Do we believe that? No. I would say to an extent.
I feel like after about 5 years, it don't count no more. 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I don't like when men are mad for things that I've done before you. Like, if I did not even meet you, if you weren't even a visual representation in my life, you should not care. That's how I feel.
I will grant that more so in modernity, and I think that this is a good thing, that men are not stepping in to defend women when women are getting attacked. So now I know how that sounds, but think about it from the perspective of men. So ultimately what ends up happening is all these men have this idea, you'll see them sky shriek, you know what I mean? We don't need men for nothing. We don't need nothing from them. And it's like, okay, well then when this happens to you, like we treat men, and just watch, right? I'm not getting involved in a fist fight between two guys. None of my business. Why should I get involved in a fist fight between a guy and a girl? Also ain't none of my business, right? Now I think that when I was growing up, I think I would have had a totally different attitude. Maybe 18, 19, 20, I'd probably be the first one to be like, what are you doing? You can't attack women. But in modernity, it's like, maybe in this way, women will be like, well, maybe we do need them for something. Maybe we shouldn't just be completely self-absorbed.
Is it conventionally unnerving? Yes. Is it wrong? Not really. It's all a matter of exchange, and there isn't any semblance of balance for men to start walking back. The appropriate response to the Western vote and cultural shift would be a long look at the mirror. It would mean thinking about past behaviors and what kind of legacy that leaves for incoming generations that need an example set for them. But the only thing women have done is self-detonate like a cartoon robot confronting a paradox.
Ready for your treatment.
Yes, it is true that access to procedures has become more difficult in certain areas of the country, but life-altering surgery is a harsh first resort. It's not just throwing out the baby with the bathwater, it's burning down the nursery. What these women seem not to realize is that whether Trump or Kamala Harris won the election is largely irrelevant. When Roe v. Wade was overturned, procedures became a state issue. This isn't a debate that will get ironed out in the White House.
Logical.
As NBC has reported, experts predict that even if a bill came before the House, and even with Republicans having majority control, federal restrictions are unlikely to happen. Yet that hasn't stopped these women from going for the most extreme option of control possible, and then broadcasting it for the world to see.
Logic is not enough.
After all, these freedom fighters' shocking TikTok videos did get oodles of views. But they are dystopia mongers, spreading alarmist lies that might be taken to heart by the easily swayed. The activists who caused this frenzy should be ashamed for driving young women to make life-altering medical decisions that they absolutely did not need to make. One of these activists, who chose to remain anonymous, told Newsweek she and her husband know they don't want to have kids, but she scheduled a sterilization appointment in October, fully planning to cancel the surgery the day after the election, assuming Kamala won.
What the fuck?
What's the difference then? How were you not going to have kids if Harris was president? Talk about tying your tubes to spite your own uterus. Meanwhile, those doomsayers ringing the alarm bells on women's rights in America need to cool it. Enough with the Handmaid's Tale hoods. Concerned about reproductive rights? Get involved at the state level and try to pass a law rather than oversharing extremist birth control methods on TikTok. It's a bit of an insult to our sisters around the world who are living in actual oppressive regimes, like in Afghanistan, where women are now prohibited from speaking to one another too loudly in public to suggest that we have less freedom in a democracy. Take a chill pill, or at least a birth control pill. Or, and bear with me, or we could just resume the traditional baseline and encourage women to play it safe until marriage. A marriage that doesn't incentivize alimony and child support? No, that's crazy. Let's just stick with the system that's messed everything up for everyone.
Girl power!
Seriously, these chicks and the simps writing these articles attempting to compromise have lost their goddamn minds. And of course, we have to take a look at the movements that lead to these extreme measures.
I am shaving my head today, and I wanted to document this process. Maybe share some thoughts before I actually go and shave my head, and then share how I feel afterwards. A lot of people ask me recently when I share with them that I'm going to shave my head, why am I doing that? And my reasons right now, the simple one is I just want to, but also it's not an impulsive decision. I've been wanting to shave my head for years, and I'm just finally going to now. It's a FU to conventional beauty standards, and I also pick at my scalp. It's called excoriation, which is a skin picking compulsion. I'm curious to see if I have scars on my head at all. Also, I want to be Voldemort and Aang for Halloween this year, which is like the funny reason. And it's a symbolic letting go. It's a transformation for me. I want to let go of a past self. It's a shedding, it's a molting, like snakes or tarantulas or hermit crabs. I want to step into my next better evolved self. Yeah, and I'm not doing it for appearance purposes, besides to embrace myself in the rawest form. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to go to the shop now, and let's see how I feel after. I did it.
Congrats, I guess. I'm starting to think that people need to inspect the water and food these people consume on a daily basis. We have the tech. Might as well see if this is newsworthy or a pure case of mass hysteria. In a follow-up to the Forby development called Why Are Women Shaving Their Heads to Protest Donald Trump's Re-Election?, they try to dissect this even further. The fringe South Korean movement calls for the rejection of childbirth, marriage, dating, and bumping. One element of this trend, women shaving their heads in protest of Donald Trump, has gone slightly more under the radar. It is believed to symbolize a way of repelling men from women. Hair and how it is styled can be political, personal, but also a symbol of femininity.
Shave her head!
Maria Barbieri, who posted under the handle @GirlDumpHim, launched the trend, Newsweek reports. In her now deleted post, Barbieri stated that she woke up feeling spicy, using both a razor and clippers while announcing F being all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a poop about us.
Your mama's crazy.
Another user, Sydney, who goes by the name @SydneyAndTheCity, stated that she took the clippers to my head and shaved it all off in order to take back the narrative when interviewed by Newsweek. Others have taken to mockery to condemn the trend. User @Sanchez posted, Trump still our next president. Now you're just bald running around bald-headed. Trump supporter @Gina Corbin posted a video where she pretended to start shaving her head before changing her tone and exclaiming, "Are you kidding?" Well, lady, you might be kidding. They aren't, though. And it's the kind of thing that makes a man sit back after a long day and think to himself, hey, whatever happened to asylums? Those would be pretty goddamn useful right now. Alright, so one of the things stated at length in the article also had to do with people surviving various illnesses, finding all of this acting to be insulting, and it is, but the feminists don't really care about the people they claim to represent. They'll get more and more hypocritical by the day, as long as they get what they want. When they don't, they resort to harming others and themselves because the fact of the matter is, the only person they think about on a daily basis, surprise, surprise, is themselves. It's not an ideology or philosophy, it's a religion. The religion of self. That's why they cry on camera, laugh at the court system, and melt down like Chernobyl when they lose. In their limited cognition, they are the only people on the planet. And whenever anyone steps into frame that doesn't mirror their mentality to a T, they simply can't comprehend it.
Woke up this morning feeling spicy. You guys feel spicy? Because I do. All right. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see what happens. Is this cutting off hair? I'm going to have to cut it shorter than that. Does it down, right? I think that this is too... it's getting hair. Let's see here. Maybe I got to cut it. Here we go. Have I given up on America? I've also given up on coloring this hair because, right? Fuck coloring my hair. Fuck having my hair be long and luxurious. Fuck all that shit. Fuck being...
I went on with my life.
People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. When you're feeling the most trapped and down and nothing can go right, that's your moment. That's your moment. Those are the moments that define you. Those are those character canon moments. Just hold on. Just endure, you know? Look at things differently. Challenge yourself to look at things as the glass half full. Challenge yourself to think 4 steps ahead. Think your way through it.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you going to be? Are you getting better every single day? That's the question, right? And it's just taking small steps. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
Men By no exaggeration, these modern women going to surgery and shaving their heads is the product of life without masculinity. And there's no way anyone in their right mind, knowing this, will stop moving. It's why we're winning, guys. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to be featured, and hit that subscribe button to approve of our message. Our goal is to help reach all the good men out there. And we got a second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down in the description. We got fresh content, gonna be trying some new stuff over there. I appreciate all the continued support, y'all, and I want to wish you all tremendous success. Till the next one.